once I learned this, it made my content and my courses so much better. And I'm going to share this with you with a couple little chicken scratches on my iPad. And before I do, I just want to also share I am not the guy who will teach you how to go viral, create a big audience, grow on YouTube, any of that stuff. But if you want to create content that actually makes money and actually attracts clients, I can teach you that. And it's a particular type of content, and it's typically valuable content, nurturing content, free content that actually helps people, helps your ideal clients, like I hope to do with this piece of content right now. So, with that said, let me go through. So, why do you want to listen to this video? If you want to create valuable content that nurtures your leads and moves them through a process of shifting beliefs, of seeing you as the authority, as the expert that you are, and moving people through a process where they become and are ready to become clients, then this is the type of content that you might want to create. And the problem that I have and that lots of people have when it comes to creating content, I told you it was chicken scratch, is I don't know what to create, or it takes too long. And you end up creating these short 10-second reel clips because you're like, oh, I got to create content today. But these are not really the problems. Or these are the problems that I'm going to share with you. Like, what's the goal, right? If these are the problems, what's the goal? So of this video, I want to give you a simple framework for creating content that is easy to create and people find valuable and actually converts people into prospects, into clients. This is also a framework that you can use for your courses or for simple little YouTube videos. You can even apply this framework to your short form content as well. But the type of content that has worked really well for me is this type of content right now. So this is a little bit meta because I'm doing what I'm showing you how to do. I'm creating a simple piece of content that is designed to provide value. And so the first, before I kind of give you the framework, which I want a quick second here, I want to talk about a mindset shift that I find helpful. My wife was always worried about sounding redundant. She'd also be like, "Oh, everybody's already said the thing. Like, I don't have a unique voice." And no matter what I told her, I was like, "No, you do, babe. Like, you have a brilliant mind. People want to hear you. You say it differently than anybody else." Sometimes we live in these silos where we feel like, oh, everything's already been said. Everything's been said the same way. And we're like, oh, I'm going to try and create something. I find it an easier frame of mind to be a synthesizer of ideas than necessarily like create something from nothing, but rather like sitting with and thinking through ideas and then synthesizing it so that I can teach it and share it in my own way and I can learn it in my own way. And on Thursdays, by the way, I teach a class, a book study on A Course in Miracles. One of the ideas from last week's course or class was that to have all, you have to give all. And with physical possessions, it like if you give something away, it feels like a loss of something. But in the realm and in the world of ideas and thought, the more you give your thoughts and ideas away, the more it strengthens them and becomes yours. And so as a content creator, as a value creator, as a teacher, leader, thought expert, this is what we're doing. We're taking ideas and we're sharing them in a way that is hopefully helpful for your audience and your community. And instead of creating necessarily like a whole brand new idea or concept or thing, you can actually just synthesize the ideas that are already there because your unique view, nobody has your experience, your education, your relationships, your stories, your way of thinking. And that way of thinking is what makes your content unique and interesting. Okay, so the mindset shift is like from a creator to maybe more of a synthesizer. And What's helpful for that is when you create content, if you can use metaphors or models. These are two things, part of the framework that can help you. So, for example, when I go to create a piece of content like this, I'm not doing it from a total blank slate. I'm doing it from a framework or a blueprint. I'm going through a process. That's why I'm like, this is a little bit meta, but this is the process. I go through like, why do I want to create it? What's the problems people have? What's the goal of the content? What's the mindset shift? And then is there a metaphor that makes this sink in a little bit easier? Or is there a model or basically a shape that I could use to explain my idea more clearly? So the metaphor is like, here's the blueprint, and I'm giving you the blueprint as I'm sharing it. Why this is important, what are the problems, what are the goals? And if we look at the problems, like I don't know what to create. This one, I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but it's just like, you can literally anything. Like when you're synthesizing ideas, it's like, you don't have to create it. It's like, what did you read today? What did you watch today? What did you smell today? And then can you synthesize those ideas together? It takes too long. This takes me 5 minutes because I have a framework that I'm working for. And hopefully you see that this is going to provide some value for you and that maybe you can apply this to your content. So the metaphor then is like, you're building content with a blueprint, right? Way easier to build a house when you actually have the blueprint to build it. Way easier to create content when you have a framework to build from. The model is like these, we think in pictures. And so if you can apply a model or a shape to your training, then it typically is stickier. And boom, 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 boom. These are two models that I think about when I go to create content. So this one is called format. This is the way that we've learned all the way through school, which is if you can answer the question, why, what, how, now. And then this one is metaphor, mindset, stories, and steps. Okay, and and so what are the steps for you to create content that actually provides value and that might move people towards working with you is what I've just actually done here. Why, problem, goal, mindset, metaphor, model, steps. I also threw a story in there about A Course in Miracles. And just so you see like how I do this, I'll show you. This is actually what I did 2 minutes before I created this video. Is I just literally answered these questions and I thought, why, what? So I want to help people provide simple value, give them a framework to work with, how to do it as simple as a blank sheet. Here's my challenge to you. Just go try it. Shoot a Loom video right now. And then these were what's the metaphor I want to use? Oh, what is that? What's the metaphor? I'm going to talk about the house blueprint, the model. I talked about those. I talked about the mindset shift, and then I gave you the steps. So anyways, hopefully this will help you to create content. If you want to learn more about our coaching, where we will help you to create content like this, create your courses, build the leveraged business that's actually fun to run, just comment fun underneath this video and we'll reach out and we can share information about that. But either way, would love to know what you like, what you learned, what you catch. Was this helpful? Thanks for watching. See you later.